That is a nice John Deere 4455. Yeah, so we also have some pretty big changes going on. You guys notice anything different here? Hey guys, quick announcement. Are you guys interested in Hartung's Family Farm shirts, hats, and sweatshirts and other things? Well, be on the lookout. Next week, we're going to have a limited 3-week order period. More details will be coming in a video next week on how you guys can place your order for a limited time. Also, we have some huge things missing on the farm in today's video. You guys do not want to miss this. And stay tuned to the end to see Amber doing goofy things. So it's kind of interesting. Right here was some of our last planted corn, the day before we finished planting, May 12th. And it got knocked over quite a bit, but we didn't spray any fungicide on there. And it is drier than this field right here. This is our first planted corn planted on April 21st. It's just cool how different things that we can do to our corn to kind of extend its life and really try to maximize the growth out of any of our plants and really try to maximize everything. Ooh, Curtis is back. Also, notice anything different? So we are working on the corn head, or at least, well, we aren't at the current moment, but we are doing a lot of work and upgrades to our corn head. You guys notice anything different? Nah, me neither. It looks like Curtis is hauling manure right now. And I'm gonna go say hi to Grandma because I haven't seen her in a while. Amber's doing TikTok dances. Only appropriate ones, right Amber? Yep. That a girl. We're able to haul manure because they were able to chop out a couple rows of corn right west of the highway here. So they're able to haul out some manure, which is badly needed. Kitties! Look at the kitties.
Did you see the new ones?
No. There's new kitties. You haven't tamed them yet, Amber? Sorry. Oh, look at them. Look at them.
Look at the 3.
Oh, it's okay. She doesn't like that.
Look at, there's another cute one in there.
See them. Hi. Amber's got to tame them.
You're okay. The mom's right behind you.
Oh, that's the mom?
Yep. The mom got ran over.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
It's all black kitties.
Darn it, Pat. Happens.
Gotta make sure it looks good here. So we're gonna do some front handsprings. Ready? Here we go. Oh, that was a cartwheel. Can't really see them. They kind of like gotta zoom in, but can't really zoom in. He's over there, like right behind the fence line. That's Daisy. If you end up posting this, make a time lapse out of all of this.
Sorry guys, we have a pretty sporadic video today, but I hope you enjoyed my goddaughter with some cartwheels and stuff that I don't understand. We are done with chopping 2020. So this is our 2 silage bags that we're going to be feeding for the rest of the year. We did these for silage, and we're also going to do earlage here soon, but you can kind of see here is the corn. She's down. No bueno. Yeah, Curtis is dumping in the shed. Don't know what to do with that is. So yeah, they finished chopping. We are not using the bunk this year because the plan is to redo that this fall. Hopefully, if not this next spring. So that's the plan right now. I'll go back there and take a look at it here in a bit. But first off, that's what we call ingenuity. That's what they're supposed to be. And that's what they are. I'm guessing a tire broke at some point. But we are very glad we kept this T8050 around because it's nice and very handy to have another Class 8 tractor sitting around that we can use, but because I mean that manure spreader is a lot for that 190 Maxim. Plus we put the 190 Maxim on chopper boxes and hay equipment, so it's good to have a dedicated manure tractor because that is really handy. So here's Curtis in the 8050. So we have some massive changes going on the farm right now. Let's see if you guys can figure it out, but there's a lot going on. So we are September 20th right now, and we're almost done with custom chopping. We have a lot of work going on in the combines, corn heads, bean heads, the grain bin system. We're hauling manure out. We got a ton going on, so I'll kind of piece them together. But as you guys know, we feed out a lot of cattle every year. So every single day we have 2 hours worth of chores, 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. It kind of depends. So we always have, and that's just feeding the cattle. And every 2 to 3 weeks, we like to haul out manure because it just gets really stacked up, and when manure gets stacked up, it becomes unlivable for the cattle. So we like to haul out manure every 2 to 3 weeks, if not every month. So yeah, we always have those going on, but we are also doing work on our corn head. So our corn head this year, because we have a lot of down corn, we made a couple upgrades to our corn head. Some of them are from Calmer, and the biggest one being the deck plates. So you can kind of see these are new deck plates. They're a lot wider opening, and they also have a bevel when you come down here to help kind of catch the corn. So we think this wider opening will really help our plugged corn, our plugging row units up that we've fought with this head for the last couple years. Biggest reason for that, I've actually found these at a farm show, is because the older ones, they're a lot narrower, and we've been seeing kind of the wet corn stalks get kind of hung up in this area, and then they just can't move. But with these other ones, with these Calmer ones, they're much wider, much more gradual close down, which we feel will help these gathering trains really kind of help keep the conveyance moving. So that's the big one. But our biggest one that we're having is we're buying the integrated roller cones for this Garinghoff corn head. So what we need to do for that is we're going to replace this end snoot with another end snoot that's got a roller cone built into it right here. And what roller cones are they're basically just kind of end cones that are on the end of your snout, and they kind of help feed corn into the head, especially when it's leaning over away from the corn head. So imagine we're driving right here, but the corn is leaning this way. You have ears and stuff off the corn head, and when they hit the snapping roll, it goes straight down. And when stuff goes straight down, you lose your ear right on the side here. But when you have that roller cone, it helps kind of gradually guide that in towards the snout, towards the actual frame of the corn head itself. And when it hits the snapping rolls, when instead of it snapping it straight down when it's off the frame, it's actually in the frame, and you catch the corn head, or you catch the ear of corn. So yeah, so we also have some pretty big changes going on. You guys notice anything different here? Yeah, that's right. We took the tip off our truck dump right there. So nice job, guys. Nice job. Now, in all seriousness, we don't have a wet bin right now. It's September 20th, and we're a little worried because we don't have a wet bin. We have it actually moved over. Here's the top of it. We're going to be moving it over there, over next door, as I was saying before. And biggest reason for that is this wet bin was shot. The 2 rings around the middle where we had it kinked, right above the bracing ribs, we're gonna get those replaced, move it over there, and get a new wet bin. I actually got an Instagram video of this. I was gone in North Dakota when they were doing this, but I got an Instagram video of they basically unbolted around the rings, had a crane lift the bin off the top of the rings and set them down over here. And before that, they actually had a crane take the tubes off that came down from the wet leg. So they took that off, and they actually rebuilt the bottom rings with some extra ones over there. And I wonder if that's Curtis yelling at me, time to get moving. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way over there. I'm actually gonna haul some manure while I'm waiting. I can haul out 1 load of manure, but then I gotta get going. But yeah, let's head over there and haul some manure. But yeah, that's a big thing that's happening right now. Alrighty, so I believe it is full, which it is, very full. So I'm gonna go ahead and start hauling out manure. I'm in our T8050 with our Kuhn Knight Pro Spread manure spreader. Try and step and not get manure everywhere, because that would be bad. We have a PS 160 manure spreader that we're using. Listen to the USA made power. Oh, I love it. Alright, let's go. Try not to hit any cows, at least go out slowly so they don't get hit. So that was very tight. It is very tight to get this long manure spreader into there, but it is in. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, my name is Ron Schrader. Yes, not Ron Hartung, and my uncle Pat owns and operates Hartung Family Farms. We have a lot of part-time help, his 2 boys, my dad, and a couple others. We do not own that John Deere tractor, but that is a nice John Deere 4455 borrowed from our neighbor. Yeah, and I am driving our New Holland 2008-ish, 2009 New Holland T8050. It is a tractor that is equipped with super steer, so it's got a turning and steerable axles in the front. And I also have our new to us PS 160 manure spreader from Kuhn Knight that we bought this past summer, I believe. So let's go spread this manure on this newly chopped ground. We chopped just this ground right across from the road in our first planted stuff because we need a place to haul manure. As I kind of touched on earlier, we haven't hauled manure in a very long time because we didn't have any place to go with it. Manure is a great source of fertilizer both for us because it's free and economical, and for our soil because soil loves manure, absolutely loves it. I'm going a little fast because I'm spreading manure chunks all over the tractor, which I don't want to do. But it's going to have to happen because this tractor's on a manure spreader for the foreseeable future. We chopped just this about 15 acres just to be able to haul manure, and we are going to haul a lot of it. We have a lot of loads to clean out. And yeah, so what all questions do you guys have about our cattle business, about our manure? I am going to be back, so be prepared. The videos are going to be coming. And while you guys are waiting, be sure to check out our previous playlist. Our Harvest 19 playlist is a gem. I just watched some of it before. Card will be right here. Definitely go check that out. So the first thing I got to do is get lined up, and then I'll idle down, start up my PTO, raise my gate, and then start my hydraulic web, which is the chain floor, slat floor that brings manure from the front to the back. So PTO's going on. Don't mind that beeping, it's just a PTO fault. And now we'll start spreading. So I can't film much, mainly because we have a PTO fault sensor. I mean, everything's still working, but we got a sensor that's bad. And I cannot run the hydraulics. Man, I actually gotta hold it. So I'm just going to not film much, and I'm steering with my legs. But I am hauling manure. You can kind of see if you look through the window or the mirror there, we're spreading. Sweet. Here we go. Now our beaters are clear, lowering the gate. Our load is unloaded. Sorry, that was really annoying. What do you do? I'm driving this New Holland T8050. We've owned it since it was brand new. It's got 4,400 hours on it. It's got new rear rubber tires over the last 200 hours. So we've been using this thing a lot. And it's a nice tractor for us. We've really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this thing back to Curtis. I might be able to do one more load. We will see. Then I gotta head home because my wife and I made soup and I'm looking forward to it. Hey guys, if you made it this far in the video, be sure to subscribe. So now I'll back this thing in here so Curtis can load it up for me. And I talked to him more about that skid loader tire. Pat dropped it off the cement crack, a crack in the cement that we had back there, and that's one of the reasons why we're redoing our pit. There's the horn beep. I'm gonna go for a little bit, so let's go walk around a little more. Won't take him very long to fill this up, but we got a little bit of time. He's gonna fill up this Kuhn Knight PS 160 Pro spread. It's a web spreader, so it's basically how this thing works is you got a PTO that drives your back beaters, you got a hydraulic lever that actually moves the manure back, and you got another hydraulic lever that raises and lowers your gate. It's a nice spreader, we love it, and it has much higher capacity than our old New Holland 195 that we used to have. All right, let's go walk around a little. So I'll go into a separate video on why we're not filling that pit up, but as I was mentioning before, the skid loader tire actually broke its tire because it fell down, because our farm is riddled with springs, which is a great thing for natural water, but bad for concrete because springs just eventually push up and with the freeze and thaw and just destroys concrete after 10-20 years. So we're gonna have to redo our pit in the back, and we made the decision this year to basically not fill it. We're gonna try and redo the pit this fall or spring. So that's why we bagged all of our silage and all of our eelage, and that's why that skid loader tire is mixed up. So we are going to get a new wet bin on this concrete pad. We're gonna get some modifications done to it as well, and I'll get to that in a little bit later, but you guys have seen that drag conveyor sitting out there. There's a hint. We're going to eventually have a crane come over here. We're gonna set this bin on a wagon. We're gonna have a crane set the bin on a wagon. We're gonna drive it over next door, and they're gonna set it on up top of that bin, of a new bin pad over there that I'll show you guys here in a little bit. So we are currently unable to run the dryer over here, and we're a little worried and concerned that it's going to take a little longer than we would originally like to get a new wet bin up, because I mean we're a week and a half away from being ready to harvest. So we don't know if the bin crew's gonna be able to get over here and get it all done and get a crane to get the pipes laid and everything. There's a lot that has to happen in 2 weeks. So we're starting to work on contingencies on being able to let us harvest, because we feel it's very critical to get started on harvest, so that way we can get tackling this down corn. But we will see. But again, this is just my first day back, guys. I'm gonna be up here in the next couple days to give you guys an even more thorough update on the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the New Holland again, because he's just about has it full again. And I can do one more load before I gotta get going. But anyway, I got a new mic, guys. What do you guys think? Is it better? Worse? What do you guys think? I got a new mic setup. Had a guy ask me on how we like cattle crossings. We love them, absolutely love them, that we can drive across and leave this wide open and don't have to worry about cattle getting out. I know that tire's not meant for it, but it got us by. Because the skid loader is one piece of equipment that we cannot go a day without. Because our skid loader, it does all of our chores every single day, 365 days a year. Put 2 hours on it. And then we also do odd jobs like moving hay bales, load manure out. We do a lot of stuff with the skid loader. So the skid loader is probably our #1 piece of equipment on here. Yes, we could do some of those chores with a loader tractor, but it takes a lot longer, and the skid loader is much handier because it's smaller and get into places. It's much more nimble because the skid loader can turn on a dime where tractors get a wheelbase. All right, we're moving. We are moving. So one last load, and then I got to take off. Otherwise, my wife might get a little upset with me. Always got to keep the wives happy, gentlemen. It's fun. I wish I could spend more time here because there's always stuff to do on the farm. Cruising 14 mile an hour with this big unit. It's a lot of weight on. That's why you got to have a lot of tractor. Hey, the PTO's not screaming at me. The sensor's not. But I don't know what the deal with that is. But oh well. So I am just spreading the last load of manure. This is going to be, the last load of manure for me. There's going to be a lot of loads put on this piece of ground in a little while, and that's why we can grow our 400 bushel corn. Sell us manure. Yeah, no, not really. Not 400 bushel corn, but a man can dream. Alrighty, I gotta peace out. Unfortunately, I wish I could help him, but like I said, I haven't seen my wife in 5 weeks, and I need to get home. It's already 6:23, so we're gonna go say bye to my grandma and get home because we got soup that's almost ready, and I am pumped. But first, before we head home, I'm gonna go over there and show you next door and see. This is my wife calling right now. Go over next door and see the new bin. Bye, farm. See you in a couple days. So let's go take a look at next door. By the way, there's our Drago corn head. It's only had roller cones on there for 2 years in its life, and this is the second. Definitely gonna be an interesting fall, that is for sure. But hey, look at this. Get a load of this, guys. Here's gonna be our new bin. Gonna give us an extra 9,000, 12,000 bushels, something on that storage over here. So it's gonna be kind of nice. We're eventually gonna get a downspout going right to there. So actually this is gonna be a really nice bean hub eventually. We're gonna get about 50,000 of storage here, so it's gonna be pretty nice. But the kink in the harvest store, it is still there. We're not sure what we're gonna do with it yet, but for right now it's living. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, it would mean a lot to me if you would hit that subscribe button. If you would follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hartung Family Farms, you're gonna see more real-time stuff, like a picture of this awesome bin setup. And of course, guys, as always, ta-ta for now.
There's Charlie. That's what's oh, that was a hole out of nowhere.
Hi, Amber.
Hi.
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 Hi. Jeez.